Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Daily English Podcast. I'm your host, Connor, and as always, I'm here with my wonderful co-host, Linda. How you doing today, Linda?
Hi, Connor. Hi, everyone. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. I'm really excited about today's topic, actually, because I absolutely love animals.
Oh, that's perfect, because today we're talking all about pets. This is such a great topic for our listeners who are working on their English skills at the B1 to B2 level. Pets are something almost everyone can relate to, right, Linda?
Absolutely. Whether you have a pet, want a pet, or have had pets in the past, there's so much to talk about. So, Connor, let me start by asking you, do you have any pets right now?
I do, actually. I have a dog named Max. He's a golden retriever, and he's about 4 years old now. I got him when he was just a puppy, and honestly, he's become such an important part of my life. What about you, Linda? Do you have any pets?
Yes, I do. I have a cat named Whiskers. I know it's kind of a classic cat name, but it really suits her because she has these beautiful long white whiskers. I've had her for about 2 years now, and she's such a sweetheart, although she can be quite independent sometimes.
That's so typical of cats, isn't it? They have such different personalities compared to dogs. My dog Max is always wanting attention, and he gets so excited whenever I come home, even if I've only been gone for 10 minutes.
Oh, I can totally picture that. Golden retrievers are known for being really friendly and energetic. Whiskers, on the other hand, sometimes she acts like she doesn't even notice when I come home. She'll just be sitting by the window, looking outside, and maybe she'll glance at me for a second before going back to whatever she was doing.
That's hilarious. But I bet when she wants food or attention, she knows exactly how to get it, right?
Oh, absolutely. She becomes the most affectionate cat in the world when it's dinner time. She'll rub against my legs and meow really sweetly. It's like she suddenly remembers that I exist and that I'm the person who feeds her.
Pets are so smart like that, aren't they? They really know how to manipulate us. Speaking of which, what made you decide to get a cat instead of a dog or another type of pet?
Well, I live in an apartment and I work full time, so I thought a cat would be more suitable for my lifestyle. Cats are generally more independent and they don't need to be walked several times a day like dogs do. Plus, I've always found cats fascinating with their mysterious personalities. What about you? Why did you choose a dog?
I've always been a dog person, to be honest. I grew up with dogs in my family home, and I just love their loyalty and companionship. I also enjoy being active and going for walks, so having a dog gives me that extra motivation to get outside every day. Max and I go for a walk in the morning before work, and then a longer walk in the evening. It's actually become my favorite part of the day.
That sounds lovely. It must be nice to have that routine and that companionship. Do you ever take Max to the dog park?
Yes, we go quite often, actually. There's a dog park not too far from where I live, and Max absolutely loves it there. He gets to run around off the leash and play with other dogs. It's great for his socialization, and he always comes home completely exhausted, which is good because it means he's less likely to get into trouble at home.
That's smart. I've heard that dogs really need that kind of stimulation and interaction with other dogs. Do you find that taking care of Max is a lot of work?
It definitely requires commitment and responsibility, but I wouldn't call it difficult work because I genuinely enjoy it. There are the basic things like feeding him twice a day, making sure he has fresh water, taking him for walks, and keeping up with vet appointments. Then there's grooming, which for a golden retriever means brushing his coat regularly because they shed quite a bit. But honestly, all of these things have just become part of my daily routine, and I don't really think of them as chores anymore.
That's a really healthy attitude to have. I feel the same way about taking care of Whiskers. Sure, I have to clean her litter box regularly and make sure she has food and water, but it's just part of my day now. Plus, the companionship and love I get from her makes it all worthwhile.
Exactly. The benefits definitely outweigh any inconvenience. I think one of the best things about having a pet is the emotional support they provide. Like, if I've had a stressful day at work, I come home and Max is just so happy to see me, and it immediately lifts my mood.
I completely understand that. Even though Whiskers is more aloof than a dog would be, There's something really calming about having her around. Sometimes I'll be reading a book or watching TV, and she'll come and curl up on my lap and start purring. It's such a relaxing feeling, and it helps me unwind after a busy day.
That's one of those special moments that only pet owners really understand. Have you ever thought about getting another pet or maybe a second cat so Whiskers would have company?
I've thought about it occasionally, but I'm not sure if Whiskers would appreciate it. Some cats do well with companions, but others prefer to be the only pet in the household. I think Whiskers falls into the latter category. She seems pretty content being the queen of the apartment. What about you? Would you ever consider getting another dog?
I've definitely thought about it. I think Max would probably enjoy having a canine companion, but I want to make sure I have enough time and resources to properly care for two dogs before I make that commitment. For now, Max keeps me plenty busy.
That's very responsible of you to think about it that way. A lot of people get multiple pets without really considering whether they can handle the additional responsibility. So, Connor, what would you say has been the biggest challenge of being a pet owner?
That's a good question. I think for me, the biggest challenge has been dealing with the restrictions it puts on spontaneity. Like, if I want to go away for a weekend, I need to arrange for someone to look after Max or find a dog-friendly place to stay. I can't just decide last minute to stay out all night because I know Max needs to be fed and walked. But again, I knew this when I decided to get a dog, so it's not something I regret. It's just an adjustment.
That's very true. I've experienced something similar with Whiskers. Even though cats are more aloof than a dog would be, I still can't just leave for several days without arranging for someone to check on her and make sure she has food and water and that her litter box is clean. I usually ask my neighbor to help out when I travel, and I do the same for her when she's away.
That's great that you have that arrangement. Having a reliable pet sitter or a helpful neighbor makes such a difference. I usually either take Max to a dog boarding facility or have my sister come stay at my place when I'm traveling. She loves Max, so it works out well for everyone.
That's perfect. Now, let me ask you something else. Have you ever had to deal with any health issues with Max?
Fortunately, Max has been pretty healthy overall, but we did have one scary experience when he was about 2 years old. He ate something he shouldn't have when we were at the park, and he got really sick. I had to rush him to the emergency vet, and they had to treat him for poisoning. It was terrifying and also quite expensive, but thankfully he recovered completely. Since then, I'm much more careful about watching what he puts in his mouth when we're outside.
Oh, that must have been so frightening. I'm glad he's okay now. It's things like that which remind us how important it is to be vigilant and to have some savings set aside for unexpected vet bills. I've been lucky with Whiskers so far. She's only needed routine checkups and vaccinations. But I know that as she gets older, there might be more health concerns to deal with.
Absolutely. Pet insurance is something I've been considering, actually. Do you have insurance for Whiskers?
I don't currently, but I've been thinking about getting it. I've heard mixed opinions about whether it's worth it or not. Some people say it's saved them thousands of dollars, while others feel like they paid premiums for years and never really needed to use it. What's your thinking on it?
I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I've been researching different pet insurance options, but haven't committed to one yet. I think it probably depends on things like the age of your pet, their breed, and any pre-existing conditions. For now, I'm just trying to keep some money in a savings account specifically for Max's medical needs, but I might look into insurance more seriously as he gets older.
That sounds like a sensible approach. It's definitely something all pet owners should think about. So, changing the subject a bit, what are some of the funniest or most memorable moments you've had with Max?